takes are back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be taking a look at the internet's craziest hot takes of all freaking time. And if you guys got your own hot takes or anything like that, you guys can just join the Sid Parikh Reddit. I'll leave a link down below. You guys can communicate out there to, give me stories to react to, hot takes to react to, Instagram reels to react to. So why don't you guys join the Sid Parikh Reddit and, join the internet's largest Reddit group from the get-go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and check out the first story. My boyfriend tested me by faking an affair, then got mad I didn't forgive him. Oh, this ought to be good, man. I don't know why people do this stuff to begin with, but let's see the context of the story. I, a 26-year-old female, have been with my boyfriend, 28 male, for almost 3 years. We've had our ups and downs, but always came back stronger until last week. Out of nowhere, he left his phone facing up on a couch while he went to shower. A message popped up from a girl I didn't know. Last time was amazing. Hope your girlfriend didn't notice. I froze. My heart dropped. I felt like throwing up. I didn't say anything until he came out. And then I handed him the phone and said, "You want to explain this?" He laughed. Then he said it was a test. A test. He said he had his cousin text him pretending to be a side chick to see how I'd react. I thought he cheated. His reasoning: if you really trust me, you wouldn't jump to conclusions. Oh my god, that is crazy. If you really trusted, you probably wouldn't test you to begin with. That's my hot take. There you go. But I can see it from the joke perspective as well. Mainly because if it's his cousin and him just playing a prank on you, I can see why that could be funny potentially. Not saying that I condone it, but it could possibly be a joke, which I can see. I lost it. I told him that that was emotional manipulation, not a trust experiment. He got defensive and said I failed the test by not giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's been sulking ever since and even said maybe we're not compatible long term. I can see why you might think, like, I can see your point of view. Like, of course it is like kind of mad he would react to it. Like, of course, like if you had no idea or if you didn't know like he was common to be these things, like why hasn't he done it 3 years ago? But again, like why is it the first time he's done that? That's his sense of humor. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can kind of see your point. So maybe it's again not worth being in a relationship like this if it is kind of like emotional, if it is kind of like jokes that mess with your emotions, or if it's something you do not find funny. It's probably best to communicate that before you want to break up, or if you do want to break up. So yeah, my family putting too much control on me. Hello there, I'm a 21-year-old male. I come from a strict, somewhat religious family and background with a lot of effort to protect the family honor. I've been kind of nudged into studying medicine in the EU when it wasn't really something I wanted to pursue. Unfortunately, I failed my first year and they led to only God knows how many problems with my family. Those problems heavily affected my psychological well-being to a bad extent, which unfortunate. Thankfully, I have passed the first year while taking a subject to, and I've kind of passed the second year now. I have to pass some retakes to completely pass the year. And I decided I want to transfer to another university with my partner. Unfortunately, my family are completely against me even having a partner, let alone transferring with them. Now they kind of training me financially in the way that if I don't want to do what they want, they're threatening to stop supporting me. I would never say that my family doesn't love me or anything, but everything with them is a guilt trip. They never take responsibility for anything, but they love throwing blame. They are very controlling and really mentally. And what really hurts is that they cannot see that. I'm very confused to how I should deal with them, as I've tried everything, but they still want things to be their way or no way. Like, I'm curious, so like, you have literally one life. You should be doing what you want to be doing with that life. Of course, there are certain like thresholds to be that may or may not prevent us from doing that. But at the end of the day, we have one life. We should be doing what we want to do. Now, I know your family's supporting you, and I can kind of see their point of view as well, because they're paying expensive money, because college is expensive at the end of the day. And I can see why they can get upset if you're failing your courses. But at the end of the day, if it's something you're not passionate about, I can see why you're failing your courses to begin with. So I think it's very important to do something you're passionate about. And if you've tried every single thing about, like, talking to your family and communicating with them, then I guess the best, like, it's a very tough one because they're yet very young. You're literally my age, and at the same time, like, you need to be pretty. You need to make sure you're not ruining your relationship with your family at the same time. So what I'd say is get a part-time job with whatever like with the thing you want to do. So say for example, if it's, I don't know, sales. Let's take sales for example, because I work in sales. It's not what I want to do. It's just a way to fund my content for this context for you guys. But if for example you want to do sales like full time, that's what you're passionate about. Finally get a sales gig, learn from someone on the side. Like, it's gonna be quite a grind. It will be quite a grind, but learn from them from the side. Make some money from that. Begin with. It's gonna take like a couple of months, maybe a year, but get that ball rolling. Collect the cash. Then you won't be dependent on the family. Even if they do cut you off, you can follow your dream. Not have anyone guilt tripping you. Just show them what the results is what I think. I might be the move potentially for you, but you gotta learn the skills. But if you guys like that video, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Of course, check out the main channel as well. We're making banging content out there as well. So yeah, I'll leave a link down below to that as well. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in
Sid Parikh.
I believe in
Sid Parikh.